Think Halloween's all candy, costumes, and awkward neighbors? Think again. This spooky holiday's built on ancient rituals, religious twists, and shameless corporate greed. We're digging up 19 bizarre and surprising facts about its origins, traditions, and superstitions, from Celtic bonfires to billion-dollar candy scams. Grab your candy corn and let's unearth Halloween's creepy, hilarious past. Fact 1. Halloween's a lazy Christian rebrand. Halloween might sound like a marketing stunt gone rogue, but it's really a mashed-up remix of ancient Celtic rituals and Christian rebranding. Back in the 8th century, Pope Gregory III tried to holy wash the Celts' wild Samhain festival by moving All Saints' Day to November 1st, but instead of purging the spooky, he unleashed it worldwide. What began as bonfires and ghost scares turned into candy blackmail and $12 billion in costumes. From sacred rites to sexy pizza outfits, Halloween's journey from hallowed to hilarious is history's funniest failed makeover. Fact 2. Samhain's bonfires set the spooky tone. Rewind 2,000 years, Celts weren't messing around with Samhain. It was less pumpkin spice and more don't get possessed tonight. They lit massive bonfires, called bonefires, because they tossed in livestock bones to ward off evil spirits. Imagine a chilly Irish hill, flames crackling, the stench of burning bones, everyone whispering, "Hope that demon likes barbecue." Surprising fact, Druids used these fires to predict crops and wars, reading smoke like a mystical app. Ironic twist, we've traded bone-strewn infernos for backyard pits where we burn marshmallows and bicker over esmores. The dead are probably jealous of our graham crackers. Samhain was the Celtic New Year, a time when ghosts crashed the party. Fires were survival tools, not decor. Today, we spend $700 million on Halloween decorations, plastic skeletons singing Thriller. A druid seeing a spirit Halloween pop-up would lose it, a shrine to polyester ghosts. Fact 3. Costumes were ghost camouflage. Those inflatable dinosaur costumes? They trace back to Celtic survival tactics. During Samhain, people wore animal skins to blend with spirits, avoiding ghostly grudges. Medieval folks upped the ante, believing witches roamed Halloween, so disguises were supernatural stealth mode. Surprising fact, Irish immigrants brought guising to America, where kids performed for treats. Ironic twist, costumes are now a $4 billion industry, with sexy avocado outselling scary stuff. From warding demons to chasing TikTok clout, it's a wild shift. Bizarre note, the 1990s saw sexy costumes boom, a corporate ploy to make fear flirty. Celts would be like, "You're doing what with my ghost repellent?" Imagine Celts in wolf pelts, faces smeared with ash, dodging poltergeists. Now picture a 2025 party. Someone's a polyester witch, sipping spiked cider, posting #spookyseason. Costumes went from survival to social flex, with 10 million sold yearly, most worn once. Fact 4. Jack-o'-lanterns from a drunk's devil deal. Why pumpkins? Meet Stingy Jack, an Irish drunk who tricked the devil twice, once trapping him in a coin, then a tree. When Jack died, neither heaven nor hell wanted him, so the devil cursed him to wander with a coal-lit turnip. Immigrants swapped turnips for America's beefier pumpkins, easier to carve, harder to explain to ghosts. Surprising fact, original jack-o'-lanterns were grotesque, meant to scare spirits, not charm neighbors. Ironic twist, today's smiling pumpkins are friendlier than your Airbnb host. Bizarre bonus, some Irish still carve turnips, commitment or stubbornness. Jack's cursed lantern went from demonic to porch decor, with $800 million spent on pumpkins yearly. Fact 5. Trick-or-treating was spiritual bribery. Trick-or-treating started as souling in medieval Europe. Poor folks prayed for your dead relatives for soul cakes, spiced pastries as afterlife bribes. By the 1800s, it was guising, with performances for food. Surprising fact, trick-or-treat hit print in 1927, marking kids' shift to candy demands. Ironic twist, spiritual charity is now a $3.6 billion sugar heist, with parents sneaking Kit Kats. Bizarre reality, towns like Chesapeake, Virginia, fine teens over 12 for trick-or-treating, because nothing says fun like arresting kids for M&Ms. Fact 6. Bobbing for apples was flirty fortune-telling. Bobbing for apples comes from a Roman festival for Pomona, goddess of fruit, mixed with Samhain. It was a divination game. Snag an apple, snag a spouse. Surprising fact, Marked apples predicted who'd marry whom, like a wet love lottery. Ironic twist, it's now a germy kids game, not a romance ritual. Bizarre image, Romans dunking faces, hoping for love, while we dunk for bragging rights. Forgotten detail, some versions had candles spinning opposite apples. Miss, and you're waxed. Fact 7. Sneezing could lose your soul. Celts thought a sneeze on Halloween let your soul slip out, ripe for demonic grabs. God bless you, scared off devils, not just germs. Surprising fact, this tied to Samhain's thin veil. Ironic twist, allergies make us sneeze more now, we're all half-possessed by October's end. Bizarre superstition, sneezing near a graveyard summoned ghosts, eschew your way to a haunting. Fact 8. Black cats as witches' spies. Black cats were medieval Europe's bad luck poster children, witches' familiars or devil's pals. Pope Gregory IX called them satanic in 1233, sparking feline purges. Surprising fact, thousands died in witch hunts. Ironic twist, they're now Instagram stars, but shelters avoid October adoptions due to ritual fears. Bizarre belief, a black cat crossing your path on Halloween meant a witch was watching. Fact 9. Halloween dreams predicted fate. Scottish lore said Halloween dreams were spirit world FaceTime. Eat a salty cake, dream of your future spouse bringing water, fire, doom, flowers, trouble. Surprising fact, mundane dreams like water meant wealth, cosmic prank. Ironic twist, we dream of viral costumes now, not soulmates. Bizarre ritual, sleeping under a mirror amplified visions, risking ghostly calls. Fact 10. Victorians spooked on Christmas. Victorians told ghost stories on Christmas, not Halloween. Think Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Surprising fact, Halloween was harvest and romance then, not scares. Ironic twist, October's now Scream Central, Christmas all jingle bells. Bizarre image, Victorians scaring each other by candlelight, while we binge Scream in October. Fact 11. Owls were witchy omens. Folklore pegged owls as witches in disguise on Halloween, their hoots signaling curses. Surprising fact, medieval folks fled owl screeches, fearing hexes. Ironic twist, owls are now wise cartoon icons, not doom birds. Bizarre superstition, killing an owl broke its spell, poor birds, just hunting mice. Fact 12. Anoka's title born from chaos. Anoka, Minnesota, became Halloween capital in 1920 to curb teen vandalism, think torched mailboxes. They threw parades to distract the delinquents. Surprising fact, it birthed a 30,000-person bash. Ironic twist, chaos spawned celebration. Bizarre reality, other towns nearly banned Halloween outright. Fact 13. World War II paused trick-or-treating. World War II's sugar rationing killed trick-or-treating. Kids planted victory gardens instead. Surprising fact, post-war, candy companies like Hershey's turned surplus sugar into a Halloween boom. Ironic twist, patriotism birthed a corporate goldmine. Bizarre stat, 1950s candy sales hit millions. Fact 14. Candy corn was chicken feed. Candy corn, the waxy divider, started as chicken feed in the 1880s for farmers. Surprising fact, its corn kernel look hooked rural America. Ironic twist, from barnyard bait to Halloween staple, it survives despite haters. Bizarre stat, 35 million pounds made yearly. Fact 15. Pop-up stores haunt malls. Spirit Halloween's 1,400 pop-ups invade dead malls, sell $1 billion in costumes, then vanish. Surprising fact, they thrive on retail corpses. Ironic twist, rituals to ward spirits now fund their plastic likenesses. Bizarre image, empty Sears reborn with fake cobwebs. Fact 16. Mirror scrying for spouses. Superstition said staring in a mirror at midnight on Halloween showed your future spouse, or a skull for death. Surprising fact, it was a Samhain ritual. Ironic twist, you're more likely to scare yourself with bad lighting. Bizarre risk, candles made it a fire hazard. Fact 17. Candy funds dentists. Halloween candy sales hit $3.6 billion, but dentists profit too, fixing sugar damage. Surprising fact, 1/4 of U.S. candy sales are October. Ironic twist, candy creates problems, dentists solve them. Bizarre stat, Kids eat 7,000 calories Halloween night. Fact 18. Trick-or-treat age limits. Towns like Chesapeake, Virginia, ban trick-or-treating over 12, with $250 fines. Surprising fact, it curbs teen pranks, echoing 1920s chaos. Ironic twist, freedom gets handcuffed by bureaucracy. Bizarre image, cops busting a teen Batman for candy. Fact 19. Samhainophobia, fear of Halloween. Some fear Halloween so much it's called Samhainophobia. Surprising fact, masks and chaos trigger panic. Ironic twist, a holiday about facing fears causes fear. Bizarre reality, fake severed heads spark real terror. That's Halloween's haunted history, from bonfires to candy scams. Drop your weirdest memory, cringy trash bag costume, or ghost that was just a cat in the comments. Hit like if I ruined your pumpkin spice vibe, subscribe for more twisted tales, and happy haunting.